What's good, YouTube? In this video, we'll be talking about how to use BloodHound. We'll be talking about his abilities, the types of weapons recommended for him, the types of teammates recommended for him, and also we'll be discussing his pros and cons. Now, his abilities are his passive, Tracker, his tactical, Eye of the Allfather, and his ultimate, Beast of the Hunt. Now let's talk about his tactical, his scan. Use the scan once you land and make sure you know where the enemies are. This will give you and your teammates an advantage. Always scan when going into gunfights. Think of BloodHound's scan like a wall hack. His scan will last for 4 seconds and also will track enemy movements, giving you and your teammates information on where or what your enemies are doing. Always use BloodHound's scan going into gunfights. Think of his scan as like a wall hack. It lasts for 4 seconds and also tracks the enemy movements, giving you and your teammates an upper hand going into gunfights. Now that you use the scan going into the gunfight, by the time the fight is over, you should have his durability back, his scan. And once you're done with the gunfight, use the scan at the end of gunfights to see if there are any third parties. In my opinion, when you use BloodHound's scan at the end of fights, checking for third parties, this is probably the best part of his scan, in my opinion. This allows you and your teammates the time to loot, heal, or think about your next move, knowing that there's nobody on the way to third party you. In this video, you'll see me using his scan to check for third parties, to use it going into gunfights, and also using it every time I land right off the bat. BloodHound scan gives your teammates information. If you're far and you're not able to help your teammate in that gunfight, use your scan. This will allow your teammate to see and track enemy movements. Now next is BloodHound's ultimate. His ultimate allows you to get a massive speed boost. Use BloodHound's ultimate going into gunfights. You always want to use all his abilities going into gunfights. When you use his ultimate going into gunfights, every time you get a knock, you get an extra 5 seconds to your ult. And also in your ult, you become a much harder target to hit because of his speed boost. Now when you're in his ult, the tracks of the footsteps are enhanced. Not only that, the enemies are much more visible to see. In this video, you will see me use a trick with BloodHound's ultimate. Right before going onto a balloon or a zipline, or even being on high ground, you will see me activate his ultimate to use it as a scout. Since the enemies are much more visible to see and are glowing red, using his ultimate on balloons will allow you to see enemies from a far ways. So in this case, BloodHound is acting like a scout. Now the types of weapons recommended with BloodHound. BloodHound is a much aggressive character, so in my opinion, you have to complement the weapons with his abilities. So since he's an aggressive character, you want to be up close when you're fighting. So with this, I'm always going to recommend close range weapons such as the Prowler, R9, Mastiff, and Eva 8. Now BloodHound's passive, Tracker. Tracker allows you to track enemy footsteps. To be honest, I find this much of a useless ability. It doesn't really do much. Usually if you're tracking enemies footsteps, you usually know where they're going. Maybe once here and there you'll use the tracker ability and find somebody ratting in a corner, or if they stop running and they'll just hide in a corner. But usually you would know because you would hear footsteps, or you would have you and your teammates call it out where the enemies are going. So his passive is Tracker. Not much of an ability, but it's his passive. Now the types of teammates recommended with BloodHound. I feel like since BloodHound's an aggressive character, you want to have aggressive teammates as well. This will make you as a BloodHound player be able to be at your full potential. So one of your first teammates could be either a Wraith or a Pathfinder. These two characters allow you to... A Wraith or a Pathfinder can use their abilities going into gunfights, such as using their portals or using their zip lines to push. When they do that, you want to use your scans, your ultimate, going into gunfights. Now your third teammate, you would want to have, in my opinion, best with this team would be a lifeline. A lifeline is a lifeline is a teammate that you can have insurance just in case if something goes bad in the gunfight or you need a backup. Lifeline is always good to have to complement a BloodHound and a Wraith or a Pathfinder. Having a lifeline allows you and your teammate to be aggressive while knowing that just in case you're in trouble, you will have a lifeline there to pick you up. Now the pros with BloodHound are that his abilities give you that wall hack, allowing you to track enemies. Also, the best thing about BloodHound is that you're able to check with third parties after gunfights. Also, a pro is that you can check for any type of rats, just in case like if you're in rank. BloodHound is a fun character to use. His abilities make him a fun character. He's a very helpful teammate, giving a whole bunch of information to you and your teammates. With his scans, his ultimate being able to go on balloons, acting as a scout. Now, BloodHound's cons. When using BloodHound, you will know that if you're in trouble, you're not able to, you don't have an escape. Yes, you have that speed boost with your ultimate, but you won't have your ultimate at all times. So BloodHound has that no escape ability, which hurts him a lot since he's an aggressive character. I feel like another con is that BloodHound is best with aggressive teammates. You want teammates to be aggressive with you to have BloodHound to his full potential. Also, another con is that his passive isn't really much. Now this is my video with BloodHound. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe.
Not sure. I think someone's targeting me. They spotted me. I'm taking care package touching down. They usually carry red platforms. Recharging my shield.
to recharge my shield. 1 minute. Rings not back. Recharging my close to the ring. 30 seconds left.
Killed an enemy. We have a winner.
You are the Apex champions.